Whoa, 1,000 subscribers. I always thought the day would come at some point, but I never knew when. I want to say thank you. I really do mean it. YouTube has always been a hobby for me, and I'm glad 1,000 people are willing to listen to me yap about Splatoon. But in this video, I want to talk about the future of the channel and what to expect going forward. Well, let's get started. The biggest thing that happens when you hit 1,000 subscribers is becoming monetized, and, well, I am now, along with having memberships. Being monetized helps me justify putting more time and money into videos, where beforehand, everything was out of pocket, and just for the sake of wanting to. But now, with these extra cash flows, I'll be able to more easily do bigger videos and wackier things. One thing I want to mention about memberships is that it did a complete overhaul. I unlocked them back around October, and I didn't really advertise them. Moving forward, I'll push them a bit more. I want to be clear, no exclusive content is going to be locked behind memberships. It is simply just for supporting me directly if you enjoy my content. There will be exclusive emotes for when I go live, thumbnail previews a week early, and direct video suggestions. Only purchase a membership if you're able to support me financially. Even though I receive money now, there won't be a core change in how I structure my videos. When it comes to giving me money, I want to be transparent on what I do with it, so there's no misunderstandings. Now let's talk about my content. I want to start streaming somewhat consistently, hopefully around once a month for a few hours, with higher quality production. To be honest, most of my streams in the past were kinda half-assed, and I don't want to do that again. I'll try to advertise them a week or so in advance. I've been hesitant to do streams because I don't think I'm that interesting of a person by myself unless I have someone else to bounce off of, but I want to see if I can get better at it, so look forward to streams in the future. Also, with videos going forward, I'm going to add subtitles on them for accessibility. I'll also be manually translating my scripts into Spanish, as I want to continue practicing my Spanish, and I think it will be a good way to, along with my analytics saying Spanish is the most common auto-translate subtitles other than English. Hopefully, this will bring more people to my channel, along with making it easier for certain people to watch, and hopefully others in the community can follow. Though, the production of this video is a bit behind on my side, so I won't be including any Spanish subtitles, along with the history of Cold-Blooded in Splatoon, which releases next week. But moving forward, all my other content will have English and Spanish subtitles. I also want to mention that my schedule moving forward won't be as consistent, especially this year. I've been trying to do one video per month, but I usually plan these things way in advance. For example, the history of Ability Doubler was finished in early February and was uploaded in early April. Because I'm a college student, I can't just drop everything I'm doing to work 8 hours straight on a video that's topical. So maybe the solution is doing unscripted stuff like my final season thoughts a couple of months ago. Though, I typically don't like doing a ton of these videos, because what I enjoy about most making YouTube videos is scripting, researching, editing, and while unscripted videos have little to none of that. I'll still do some of them to keep the content flowing, but it wouldn't be my first choice for my main content moving forward. I do want to talk about the status of a couple series I have going on right now. The history of Splatoon abilities is still going strong, and by far my most popular series, which is great, because it's probably my favorite to script, record, and edit. I do like having a video like that every other month, so I get to see the poll results in the process of making a video not from that series, so it gives me a bit more time to prepare for them, and I feel like people voting on them brings a bit more of the community into the video making process. The other series I have is In the Mind of One Tricks. The first video was kind of a mess, and I didn't really know how to approach it, but I now have a better idea of how I want it to be structured and edited. The first video didn't do too well, but I still want to try a few more videos on it before deciding to retire it completely. I've been messaging some players, but haven't heard any responses yet, so I'll keep asking around. Let me know who you'd like to be interviewed. I have this idea for a new smaller series, but I'm unsure if I'm able to go through with it. Talking it through with a few people right now. The main problem is it's very topical and relatively time sensitive, and it's more directly involved with the Splatoon community itself. I don't want to reveal what it is yet, since there's a chance it could still come to fruition, but a bit of a sneak peek of what can be coming up soon. Even though it's still summer, I'm still working and preparing to go into my junior year of college, so this is when I'll have a lot of things to manage at once, and YouTube will always be second to my academics and career. And I want to make it clear, if there's going to be a long period of time without videos, I'm also going to be upfront now, I'll probably quit YouTube once I graduate college. At this moment, I'm unsure if I want to pursue a graduate school or go straight into the workforce, along with Splatoon not being viable long term, in my opinion. I would still be involved in the video game industry, as that's what I'd want to do with my career, but I'm unsure if people would be interested, as I feel my content would shift to more business and economically oriented around the video game industry. And while I'd love to do a video about that at one point, I know my audience, and I don't think it would do too well. And I think what's important to me is making content that I enjoy, but I do need to weigh that with what actually gets views, and this would be way too much effort for the amount of views I'd get. Though, this is something that would happen in a few years, so it's not really anything I'm worried about now, just a thought I had while I was scripting this. In a post I put out last month, I mentioned this channel's been around for 8 years, so many of you must be wondering what I originally did, since most of you came in during Splatoon 3. You may have noticed I'm a Fire Emblem fan, as some of the background footage and music in other videos are evident. Well, back in February of 2017, I uploaded random Fire Emblem Heroes gameplay while that was still new. Played some of the daily maps or paralog maps for a few weeks and just uploaded the raw screen recording, since I knew nothing about video editing, but I always wanted to do YouTube. I liked Heroes, but not as much as the main series, as a lot of the strategy was lost in the conversion to mobile, though I think they did a really good job converting it to a mobile device. Though, the big thing for me and most other people was the gacha mechanics. I didn't think they were too bad at launch, but I started playing again for this video, and oh my god, what is going on? There's millions of summoning banners, tons of modes that are timed, lots of new currencies, I don't know how to unlock, skills are the most prominent part of the gameplay, new map-wide sync skills, what's going on here? For someone who hasn't played seriously in years, the game gave me whiplash trying to understand all its new mechanics, and I still don't think I do. I've seen a lot of the Heroes banners when they become relevant online, and lots of the arts of these characters are really nice, but gacha games feel more focused on the gambling element than the gameplay, which is why I try to avoid these types of games. I also don't like a lot of the original characters. A lot of them are exaggerated in their designs, and some of them break the theming of the series, though I don't think it's that big a deal in the grand scheme of things. But later on in 2017, I got a capture card and started shamelessly copying other people's videos ideas in Splatoon 2, but I had clearly no idea what I was doing, and all those videos and live streams are now privated, as they were really bad and not something I'm proud of. That was the first era of my channel, the unorganized, I have no idea what I'm doing era. The second era began around mid-2019, where I actually tried applying structure to my videos, but it was still very mature-ish, since I was new to it. I really tried to be this general Nintendo YouTuber, which in the end didn't work out, as there's thousands upon thousands of people doing the same thing, and nothing I did really stood out, mostly just reviews. A few of the better ones are still up, and most of the other ones are in an unlisted playlist if you're curious, but they definitely aren't as good as my videos now. But for my third and current era, what most people know me for, the Splatoon era. I realized focusing on one thing and doing it well was the way to go. It was between Splatoon, Pokemon, and Fire Emblem for me. While Pokemon content's too oversaturated, it has a large fan base, while Fire Emblem's the exact opposite. Not too much content surrounding the series, but it has a limited audience, along with Fire Emblem topics being more dense, so videos would take longer to make. Though, if anyone knew me personally, Splatoon would be a no-brainer, and I'm glad I chose it, as it's a game I've been a part of since the very beginning, and my knowledge on the series and in and outside the game could make for interesting and unique content. Well, that was a long history on how I got here from my original content. I truly want to say thank you for everyone supporting me this whole time, as I do love making YouTube videos, reading your comments, and interacting with the community. I don't really have a goal for the end of the year. 2,000 subscribers seems a bit too lofty, so let's aim for 1,500 subscribers. This video was meant to be a quick-ish update on the channel moving forward, and a bit more about me. I hope to see you next week for the history of Cold-Blooded in Splatoon, and even later, as I plan to have more content available in the summer. Hope everyone has a great rest of their day. See you next time.